This instructional video is to show all of the steps for the JBL Smart Audio Display Retrofit. First, you'll change out the Pulse 2 speaker. Using the provided L key, remove the 2 screws holding the speaker bracket to the shelf. Slide the back of the bracket off, and then unplug the 2 cords from the back of the speaker. Remove the old Pulse 2 and push the USB cord through the hole and into the display. Then, grab the new Pulse 3 speaker and the new orange USB cord provided in the kit. Plug both the new orange USB cord and auxiliary cord into the back of the new Pulse 3 speaker and feed the other end of the orange USB cord into the display. Then, tuck both cords back into the display, careful not to unplug them from the speaker when you do that. Install the new speaker bracket over the cords and reattach using the provided security screws. Then, recycle the old speaker and discard the old bracket. Next, you'll change out the Flip 3 speaker. Using the provided L key, remove the 2 security screws at the back of the Flip 3 shelf. Tilt the shelf up towards you and it'll unhook from the front of the display. Unplug the USB cord and auxiliary cord from the old speaker and flip the shelf over. Push the USB cord through the hole and into the display. Then, with the L key, remove the 2 screws holding the speaker and bracket to the underside of the shelf. Then, using pliers, remove the 4 hex nuts from the bottom side of the white acrylic panel. Then, simply flip the acrylic so that the rectangular hole is on the opposite side, just like this. Then, reattach the 4 hex nuts to secure the white acrylic panel to the shelf. Then attach the new Flip 4 speaker and bracket using the screws provided. After you carefully flip the shelf back over, feed the new orange USB cord provided in the kit through the hole in the acrylic panel, along with the auxiliary cord through the hole in the acrylic panel, and then through the bracket. Then feed the other end of the orange USB cord into the display before putting the shelf in place. Then simply plug them into the new speaker. You can tuck any excess cords back into the display, and be careful not to unplug them from the speaker itself. Then, reattach the shelf. But make sure the 2 front tabs are properly fitted into the slots before positioning shelf. Once the shelf is in place, reattach the 2 security screws to the top of the shelf using the L key. Then, recycle the old speaker and discard the old bracket. Okay, you'll need some help for the next step. Carefully tilt the display onto its back. Using the L key, you'll remove the 5 screws on the left. Once those 5 screws are out, it's easy to open the base cover enough to see the media player. Be careful not to open the cover too far. Locate the SD card and remove it by simply pushing it in until it clicks and then pulling it out. Then just push the new SD card into the media player by gently pushing it in until it clicks. While the base cover is open, you'll need to remove 2 more screws along the top. That should allow you to reach into the display to push the 2 new orange USB cord ends through the long holes that lead to the back display compartment. Simply reach in and push each of the new orange USB cord ends through the nearest hole. Make sure not to pinch any internal cables while closing the base cover. Gently tuck all cords and cables into the display before reattaching the top screws. Then use the L key to reattach the other 5 screws. With some help, carefully flip the display right side up and place it back on the shelf. With some help, now it's time to turn the display around so that you're facing the back of the display. Using the L key, remove all the back panel screws except for the 2 in the orange part. Leave those in place until you can support the panel. Once you have the panel supported, then remove the last 2 screws and gently remove the panel by sliding it down. Unplug the old wall warts and gently pull out the old USB cords that were connected to the old speakers. Both of the old wall warts and old cords can be discarded. Then, grab the 2 new orange wall warts provided in the kit. Find the loose ends of the new orange USB cords. Connect 1 new orange cord to each new orange wall wart. Then plug each wall wart into the display power strip. Then gently slide the back panel into place with the top edge behind the orange part. And with the L key provided, reattach all panel screws. Once the back panel is secure, get some help to carefully turn the display back around. The next few steps are super easy and then you'll be done. First, attach the new Pulse 3 placard to the front of the Pulse 2 shelf. Simply pull the adhesive backing, line up the bottom edge, and keep your fingers along the sides to ensure that the card gets installed straight. Then press it into place. Next, you'll remove the backer graphic so that you can install a new one. You should be able to tuck your fingers behind the graphic to pop the 4 fastening buttons from each corner. If needed, you can carefully use a screwdriver or a box cutter to pry the graphic away. Gently pull away the taped area around the JBL logo, then discard the old graphic and grab the new one. Peel the adhesive from the foam tape, then carefully line up the backer graphic around the JBL logo while making sure that the corner holes line up with the holes in the display. Then use the provided plastic button fasteners to attach the graphic in all 4 outer corners. Now grab a quarter or something flat to pry up the corner of the key features graphic. It's just a magnet, so it'll come off very easily. You can discard the old magnetic graphic, then grab the new one. Peel the adhesive, line up the top edges, and press into place within the frame to ensure that the card is installed straight. Now it's time to test the display. Moving from right to left, just press the play button on the speaker shelf. The speaker should play and remain lit while all other speakers are dim. Then, by pressing the button again, make sure that the speaker skips to the next track. Then, test the volume buttons and move to the next speaker until you've tested each of them. Then, please attach the Victory service sticker here on the display base. Make sure that the new sticker covers the old sticker. Then, just wipe down the display with the provided wet wipes and you're done. Here's what the display should look like when you're all finished.